Make 300 cold calls a day and you'll lead the nation in sales or in anything you do.
Keep going, keep creating. You need momentum.
How do you take what's in here and communicate in such a way that people would understand?
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You've got Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Dan Pena. Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
But no one does know initially, up front. You have to try. You have to swing at the plate. A kid like you, if you had to keep track of 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, what you do. You know, when our children finished undergraduate school, and they both worked before they went on to graduate school, I told both Kelly and Derek, make 300 cold calls a day and you'll lead the nation in sales or in anything you do. 300 cold calls a day. And that's getting through to somebody, not leaving a message, blah, blah, blah. And they both did. You cannot, even if you're a retard like you guys, if you make 300 legitimate cold calls, you'll make $1 million a year, no problem. And that's not a lot of money. And I say that begrudgingly, but to most people it is. That's 1,500 cold calls a week. That's 6,000 cold calls a month. That's 72,000 cold calls a year. If you can't make $1 million, you ought to kill yourself, metaphorically speaking.
The #1 biggest thing that you are missing is momentum. You're a genius. You've got Michael Jordan level talent. You are the best in the world at something. But until you match your effort to your capabilities, your dreams will never happen. So yesterday I had a young preacher reach out to me on Instagram. Young, like early teenager, reach out to me on Instagram and say, hey Evan, I'm a preacher. I'm trying to get my career going. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to spread a message. Can you watch my video and give me some feedback? And first off, I love young entrepreneurs who are going after it, who are not just sitting there making excuses as to why they can't because they don't come from the family, they don't have the right education, they don't have the right gear to make a video. And here's this guy, just takes out his phone against a simple background, poor lighting, it doesn't matter, right? Just takes out his phone, starts recording the video, and he's pretty good, right? For a kid who's 14, 15, 16 years old, he's pretty good. He's way better than I was. He's way better than I was when I started making videos at, I don't know when I started making videos, 10 years ago. How old am I now? 39, 29. He's better at 14, 15, 16 than I was at 29. That's amazing, I love it. But here's the thing, he was only making a video once a week. And so I said, I love it, man, but you gotta match your actions to your ambitions. You gotta keep going. If you wanna be the greatest preacher on the planet, you gotta make more content. One, to practice, right? If you're a thought leader, if you're an expert, if what you are creating comes from here, and you just speak it out, you need to be making a video every day. Every day. If you can freestyle as an artist, as a rapper, you should be making a video every single day. Now, if your videos require some massive setup, not because it's about the quality of your thought, but it's about fancy stunts or something that requires a lot more, fine. But if it's thought leadership, if it's content that's just coming out of your head, right? The quality of your ideas, every single day. Once you get better, the more you do it, the better you're gonna get. It took me 350 videos until I wasn't completely embarrassed by my own content, right? I couldn't watch it back because I was too embarrassed. But oh, it's so bad. Now as I watch my videos, it's funny, whenever Nina comes in and she's seeing me watch my videos, I always have this big grin on my face, like I'm cheering myself on, like yeah, that's really good. And there's definitely still tons of room to improve, but it took me 350 videos before I wasn't completely embarrassed. And now I'm 6,000 or something videos in. It's hard to keep track. Your actions have to map to your ambitions. So if that's you, if you've got ideas, you've got knowledge, stop coming up with excuses and make the content, film it and post today and again tomorrow and again the next day and again the next day. And when you're creating so much content, one, again, you're getting better because the quantity leads to the quality, but two, you get less attached to one video having to be the thing. So often you make one piece of content, one painting, one song, one video, you make it, and then that has to be the thing. You're getting feedback and you're destroyed if it doesn't take off. If this video doesn't take off, great. Next, right? Next. Keep going, keep creating. You need momentum. So your actions have to map to your ambitions, right? Whatever idea you have in your head, you want to be the next Oprah of whatever industry, great. Let's see it. Let's see it in the work. Let's see it in the energy. Let's see it in the output that you are creating every single day. Now I have a 3-step process that I think will help. Let's dive in. Step number 1 is make sure your actions map to your ambitions. So look at your calendar, open up your calendar, see what you're doing for the next week. What are you doing for the next week, right? Success is habits. So you have these big ambitions, you have these lofty goals, these dreams, amazing, I want you to accomplish them. Show me in your calendar where you are spending time to actually make that happen. Because a dream alone is not enough. It can be super exciting as an entrepreneur to dream, to sit there like, man, I'm gonna create this. And we get lost in our head of all the amazing things you can do. Nothing counts until you actually get out and start executing. I've had people who came to my workshops when I was on tour earlier this year who've been sitting on a dream for a decade plus. And they're still tinkering, they're still playing with it, and it's exciting while it's still in your head. It doesn't count until you get out and start executing. And so I want to have 10 million subscribers on YouTube as my next goal. Awesome. What am I doing? I'm making videos every week, multiple times for I don't know how many channels anymore, right? Thousands of videos. We've made videos every single day for at least 5 or 6 years, at least, usually multiple videos, but we haven't missed a day in at least 5 or 6 years. And that's where the growth comes from. And it's not that I'm superhuman, right? You can do the exact same thing. Just make sure your actions map to your ambitions. You say you want this, then you have to block it off in your calendar, and you have to make sure that you are spending time pursuing your goals every single week. Step number 2 is get a 254. So I have a 254 series. It's a free video series. We'll link it up down below. I've already called it out actually earlier on in this video, where every day for 254 days, I send you an unlisted video by email, private, just for you, on a certain topic. So it could be on self-love, could be on confidence, could be on motivation, could be for writers, could be for women, could be on my Black Excellence series. There's lots of different 254s. The idea here is it takes up to 254 days of consecutive action to build a habit. So if you want to change a habit, you want to change your mindset, you want to change your way of thinking, you want to be more motivated, most people don't give it enough time. It takes as long as 254 days of consecutive action to build a habit. The average is 66 days. The best case scenario is 18 days of consecutive action. So if you're trying something for 2 weeks, it's not enough time. Even in the best case scenario, it's not enough time to build a habit. And so whatever it is that you want to build, surround yourself with it. For 254 days, create your own 254 series. So if that's listening to Dan Pena, great. If that's watching my videos, great. If that's listening to a podcast, a different YouTube channel, reading a book, great. Like whoever embodies the thing that you want to own, that you want to be a part of, that you want to jump in levels to, you're here, you want to jump here. Who's playing here and doing it consistently, and then inject a piece of them into your morning routine every day, and they will pull you up. Even if you never meet Dan Pena, even if you never meet me, if you are consuming the content every day, we will pull you up. We will pull you up to the next level. It's impossible. It's not possible to watch a video from me or watch a video from Dan Pena or watch a video from whoever it is that you aspire to be like. It's impossible to watch for 254 days and pay attention, not while you're doing the dishes or something else, and pay attention and not be pulled to another level. The problem is people aren't consistent enough. So create your own 254. And step number 3 is sleep. This is kind of a weird one, but I felt like I had to say it for this video. A lot of people default to saying, I need to wake up an hour early. I need to wake up at 5 a.m. I need to go to sleep and just wake up earlier. And that can definitely work. It can be a productivity hack, but I think before worrying about giving up on sleep, there are a lot of people who don't get enough sleep, and as a result, you're not productive. Before giving up on sleep, I would say make sure that the 16 hours that you are awake are actually meaningful, right? If you're gonna sleep for 8 hours, right? Most of you probably aren't even there, but let's say you're gonna sleep for 8 hours, great. That gives you 16 hours to be productive during the day. If you're messing around for the 16 hours, going to 17 hours will not make you more productive. You're just gonna have less sleep, be more sleep deprived, and not actually get the work done you need to. So before giving up on sleep, I would highly recommend that you audit your schedule and ask yourself, what am I doing during the 16 hours that I am awake, and how can I maximize that time to actually be productive and move my goals forward? And if you still get down to no, my 16 hours are fully optimized and I need to cut into my sleep, and that makes sense for you, awesome, go do it. But I wouldn't do that as your first default step, which is a big mistake I think a lot of entrepreneurs make. Now I have a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, where do you need to better map your actions to your ambitions? What is one chunk in your calendar that you need to block off to make sure this time is protected and is helping you move towards accomplishing your goals? What is that? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I wanna celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe down in the comments as well.
The number one skill that you need as an entrepreneur, it is the ability to close. It is the ability to communicate your idea, your people skill, your communication skill, because that's what you do all day. When you're talking to customers, you're closing, you are selling, right? When you're talking to a vendor, you're communicating your idea, you are closing. When you are talking to your employees, you are closing, you're selling them your vision. You're closing 24/7. So having that skill set, I believe, is very, very critical. And that's one of the things I train so many entrepreneurs around the world on, this particular skill set, on how do you close? How do you communicate your ideas? How do you take what's in here and communicate in such a way that people would understand, that you could simplify your message? It doesn't matter what business you want to get into. I believe that is the number one skill.
If you want to know how billionaire Sarah Blakely manifests her ideas, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.